Welcome to this special Vendee Globe Round the World Race Start episode of Boats on TV's World on Water, your roundup of all the top news and action from around the world of boating. The 2012-13 edition of the Everest of Sailing, France's hugely popular Vendee Globe, started on November 10 from Les Sables d'Olonne after a build-up that saw 1.5 million people pay homage to the 20 courageous skippers in this year's race. Starting in 12 to 14 knots of westerly wind under grey skies with rain threatening, there was no quarter given on the start line. With the prospect of a direct, straight-line 300 miles course to Cape Finisterre, 5 skippers jumped the start gun and had to return and start again. Along with Poland's Zbigniew Kotowski on inertia were 4 French favourites, PRB, Vincent Rioux, Mathieu, Francois Gabage, Groot Bell, Quito de Pavant and Armand Leclerc, Banque Populaire, all had to turn back and recross the line. Also, a small collision with his support team's rigid inflatable boat required Bertrand de Bock to return to port before the start to make a repair to a small puncture in the hull of his Imoca Open 60 EDM projects. He restarted the race early Sunday morning. Marc Gimeau on Safran, the people's hero of the last 2008-9 race, forging ahead early in the close-reaching conditions. Spain's Javier Bubby Sansol on a Cogne 100% eco-powered, and the youngest skipper in the race, 27-year-old Louis Berton on Barreau Valley and Tanguy de la Motte on Initiative Cure, all had their moments of early glory, forming the vanguard of this Vendee Globe fleet as they headed out for the open ocean, progressively shaking off the huge spectator fleet of hundreds of crafts of all shapes and sizes. Perhaps ominously, Chamonix's Pougelet, the very powerful new 1K design for Bernard Stam, steadily climbed through to the front of the fleet up alongside Safran around 1 hour after the start gun. British skippers Alex Thompson on Hugo Boss and Mike Golding on Gamesa made safe, solid openings. Then all things went wrong for the leader Safran. Skipper Marc Gimeau had to return to Les Sables d'Olonne on Saturday night after what he described as a suspected collision. Gimeau was at the front of the fleet, having covered almost 50 miles when he heard a loud bang. He sailed back at 4 knots under reduced sail and did not reach Les Sables d'Olonne until the early hours of Sunday morning. After an underwater inspection, it was revealed that he was forced out of this Vendee Globe when his titanium fin keel snapped off. The inspection revealed that just 30 centimetres of the keel stub remained. Gimeau reported hearing 2 bangs in quick succession before his Imoca Open 60 heeled alarmingly. Not having another keel, he retired. Meantime, at the head of the Vendee Globe fleet, as the leaders pass the infamous Cape Finisterre, it remains Francois Gabage on Mathieu, who has already built a useful margin, sailing consistently quicker than his nearest rivals. During the late evening hours of Saturday, Gabage and Armand Leclerc, sailing sister ship Banque Populaire, were consistently 1 to 1.5 knots faster. Britain's Sam Davies is just one of the skippers who found the variable breezes tough, with big squalls bringing very heavy rain. She reported that she had seen everything from 7 to more than 40 knots of wind. The leading trio have established a cushion of 12 miles to Switzerland's Bernard Stam on Chamonix's Pougelet. Britain Alex Thompson on Hugo Boss is starting to show his customary pace, being fastest of the fleet, along with Jean-Pierre Dick on Verbac Paprick 3. For up-to-date video reports, log on to our Vendee Globe channel on boatson.tv. There's new uploads every day. In this week's Fresh to Frightening, we look at the wild action in the 2012 China Cup Regatta in Shenzhen, China. Big winds brought carnage to the fleet. The 2012 China Cup attracted 91 teams from all over the world. It has been lifted to a new level. It's a sign of the growing importance of sailing in China that the 6th edition of the China Cup International Regatta was the largest yet, with 91 boats competing in the waters off Shenzhen and Hong Kong. With larger mooring space at the marina, the event would have been even bigger, with over 130 boats hoping to take part in the 4-day regatta at the end of October next year. As word of the China Cup grows in established sailing nations around the world, so the calibre of sailor grows by the year. For 2012, one of the most unexpected names in Shenzhen was Michel de Jouy, best known as the 2-time winner of the Vendee Globe, the single-handed non-stop around-the-world race. For all his worldly experience, de Jouy admitted that he'd never been to China, not even Asia, so the China Cup offered him the opportunity to discover a new country and a new culture and to meet new sailors. De Jouy took the helm of Beneteau China TBS to race in the fleet of 30 identical one-design Beneteau 40.7s. The China Cup is moving increasingly toward one-design fleet racing, led by the Beneteau fleet, with smaller boats such as the Soto 27 and Far East 26 fleets participating at the event for the first time. The Soto 27 is a well-established class in South America, so it was no surprise to see the Argentinian team on Gold Rooster leading the way, although being chased hard by the Lizhu Riviera team. This group of Chinese sailors was skippered by Jim Johnston, part of the Johnston family that set up the J-Boats brand. In Valencia, at the final event of the 2012 52 Super Series, Nicholas Zennström, the owner-driver of RAN, was voted in as chairman of the 52 Class Owners Association, a post which carries a tenure of 2 years. Zennström has sailed in the class for 2 years now with his Rollick-designed RAN, but also competes in the Mini-Maxi class. Hence his experience and input as an extremely active Grand Prix yacht owner will be good for the TP52 class. Zennström recently explained.
Well, the next thing now is to go over to the US and take the 52 Super Series to the Key West in Miami. And Miami is also going to be the TP52 World Championship. And then we're going to go back to the Med again with four events in the Med. So we're making the whole series 6 events, and teams can opt in to do either the US or the Mediterranean or both. This is a mixed class, so there are a few of the teams are professional-driven boats, and a few teams are owner-driven. So Tony Langley, myself, we've also had Power Play this year. And so then as an owner, you of course race for the whole overall win, but also you also win for the owner driver trophy.
Ben Ainslie of Great Britain and Leisha Zhu, China, were named the male and female winners of the 2012 ISAF Rolex World Sailor of the Year Awards at a ceremony held at the Mansion House, Dublin, Ireland on Tuesday, 6th of November. The ISAF Rolex World Sailor of the Year Awards takes place during the International Sailing Federation's annual conference, which this year is being held in Dunleary. The award ceremony welcomes the pinnacle of the sailing world, including sailors, officials and conference delegates. Ben Ainslie is the winner of 4 Olympic gold medals and now as many ISAF Rolex World Sailor of the Year Awards. Ben Ainslie is the most successful Olympic sailor of all time. Driven and passionate, Ainslie is a compelling character whose future in the sport is expected to concentrate on his desire to launch a British America's Cup challenge. As part of his apprenticeship, Ainslie is part of Team Oracle under the stewardship of 2-time ISAF Rolex World Sailor of the Year Russell Coutts and alongside the 2010 ISAF Rolex World Sailor Tom Slingsby. The inspirational Leisha Zhu etched her name in the history books in August 2012, becoming the first Chinese and indeed Asian sailor to win an Olympic gold medal in a dinghy sailing boat. Zhu triumphed in the laser radial, one of the tightest and most dramatic competitions at London 2012. This after the Shanghai-born sailor made an auspicious start to competition, finishing in the top 3 positions in only one of the first 6 races. Well, that's all for this edition of The World on Water. Keep watching boatson.tv for more exciting and comprehensive sailing and power boating coverage available on the web. Boatson.tv, the home of live sailing. I'm Sarah McAvan.